Mothman versus Chupacabra, the battle of cryptid legends. Chupacabra. Imagine you're driving down a dark, deserted road in West Virginia. Out of nowhere, you see two glowing red eyes, and before you know it, a massive winged figure swoops down. Your heart races as you realize what it might be, the infamous Mothman. But hold on. What if instead you're deep in the rural outskirts of Texas, and you stumble upon a creature more terrifying? A bloodthirsty beast, standing upright with razor-sharp teeth, the Chupacabra. Yeah, sounds like the start of a bad horror movie, right? But these cryptids have been causing sleepless nights for people all over the world. Today, we're diving into two of the most mysterious creatures in folklore, the Mothman and the Chupacabra. Grab your flashlight, this one's gonna get wild. So let's start with Mothman. First reported in 1966 in Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Mothman is described as a large man-like figure with massive wings and piercing red eyes that glow in the dark. But the story goes deeper than just spooky sightings. Legend has it that the Mothman is an omen of disaster. Now, I don't know about you, but if I saw a giant winged creature with glowing eyes, I'd think, yep, definitely skipping town. But the people of Point Pleasant? They stuck around, probably hoping it was just a really angry bird. And then, disaster struck. In 1967, the Silver Bridge, which connected Point Pleasant to Ohio, collapsed, killing 46 people. Since then, many locals believed the Mothman sightings were a warning of the tragedy to come. But was it really a supernatural warning? Or just one huge coincidence? Now let's jump down to the Southwest and Latin America, where the Chupacabra has been terrorizing farmers for decades. First reported in Puerto Rico in the 1990s, this cryptid is known as the goat sucker. And yes, that name is exactly as disturbing as it sounds. People have found livestock drained of blood, and naturally they blamed this alien-looking creature. Picture a hairless, dog-like beast with huge red eyes and fangs, and now imagine that showing up on your farm. Yeah, you're not getting much sleep after that. Over the years, sightings spread to the US, especially Texas. And while some skeptics think it's just mangy dogs or coyotes, the sheer number of bloodless animal corpses left behind leaves people wondering, could the Chupacabra really be out there, lurking in the shadows? So, are these cryptids real, or just figments of the imagination? Let's be real for a second. If I had $1 for every time someone misidentified a bird as the Mothman, or a sick dog as the Chupacabra, I'd probably be living on a private island by now. But science has weighed in, and most sightings of the Chupacabra have been linked to animals with severe mange, just regular creatures with a really bad case of bedhead. But the Mothman? That one's a little trickier. Some say it's just an owl or sandhill crane mistaken in the dark. And hey, I get it, an owl's creepy enough on its own, but can an owl really explain all those eerie pre-disaster sightings? What makes these cryptids so fascinating are the personal encounters. Take, for instance, the countless people who claim to have seen the Mothman before the collapse of the Silver Bridge, or the farmers in Texas who swear they've seen the Chupacabra stalking their fields late at night. One farmer said he saw the Chupacabra while sitting on his porch, described it as having the face of a dog, the body of a kangaroo, and a thirst for, well, you know. And I'm sitting here like, dude, are you sure it wasn't just your dog in a bad mood? But these stories, whether you believe them or not, continue to fuel the mystery. And that's why, year after year, the Mothman and Chupacabra keep popping up in our conversations, our TV shows, and our nightmares. Let's not forget that these cryptid sightings are not just a thing of the past. People still report seeing Mothman and Chupacabra-like creatures even today. In 2016, residents of Chicago started reporting sightings of a Mothman-like creature. People saw a giant winged being swooping around buildings and scaring people in parks. And let's not forget Texas. Just last year, a farmer reported finding more than 10 goats drained of blood, with no explanation other than what he believed was a Chupacabra attack. These sightings add fuel to the fire. Could these creatures still be hiding out there waiting for their next big appearance? Okay, picture this. A showdown between the Mothman and the Chupacabra. Who's coming out on top? In one corner, we've got the Mothman, huge, intimidating, and potentially clairvoyant. And in the other corner, the Chupacabra, small, fast, and with a taste for blood. The Mothman could easily swoop in from above with those gigantic wings, but the Chupacabra, well, it's scrappy. It's got the stealth and the bite to take down some of the toughest goats in Texas. But seriously, what do you guys think? Drop a comment below on who you think would win in this legendary cryptid battle. So here's the million-dollar question. Do you believe? Do these cryptids really exist, lurking in the shadows, waiting for their next big moment? Or are they just the stuff of urban legends, amplified by our love for mystery? For me, I think I'm staying inside tonight. I don't need to run into any glowing eyes or weird dog creatures. But what about you? Let me know what you think in the comments. Until then, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Or maybe just invest in some really good night vision goggles. Whether you're Team Mothman or Team Chupacabra, one thing's for sure. These cryptids are here to stay, at least in our imaginations. So next time you hear a rustling in the dark or spot something weird in the night sky, just remember, you never know what's out there. And with that, I'll leave you with this. Sleep tight and don't let the cryptids bite. If you enjoyed this dive into the world of cryptids, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more mysterious content. Until next time, stay curious.